Ow! Jiang Huai came to Han Man and didn't intend to let him go. He punched Han Man again, and the sound of bones cracking mixed with screams. This person is so despicable and shameless. Before going to the stage of life and death, he had already planned to make a plot. The crowd under the stage became more and more crowded, and someone whispered, "On the stage of life and death, it's a real life and death battle, and any means can't be overstated." Someone retorted. However, Lin Feng seemed to be ignorant of these remarks, and stared indifferently at Jing Hao in front of him. "Get out of the way. Qi Wujing 8th level cultivation base, dare to be presumptuous in front of me, you have a share in Jing Feng's death." Jing Hao sneered, not caring about Lin Feng. "Your brother was killed by me, and a sword blocked his throat. You must stop him now, and I will stand for Han Man on the stage of life and death. Otherwise, I won't be on the stage of life and death, and you can't take revenge." Jing Hao ranked 6th among the outer sect disciples. Naturally, it was not easy to deal with. Hearing another howl from Han Man, Lin Feng said, "Huh?" Jing Hao's eyes narrowed, then a cold light shot out of his eyes, and shouted, "Jiang Huai, stop." Hearing Jing Hao's words, Jiang Huai stopped attacking Han Man, stood up and looked at Jing Hao. "You can go up and replace Han Man." Jing Hao still stared at Lin Feng with killing intent on his body. Needless to say, Lin Feng's figure flickered and he came to the stage of life and death. He saw Han Man's face was dripping with blood at the moment, his sternum was broken, and he wiped his eyes with his hands. Only then did Han Man open his eyes with difficulty. "Han Man, can you hold on?" Lin Feng crouched down and asked Han Man. "It's all right, you can't die, help me get revenge." Han Man grinned, enduring the pain all over his body. "Don't worry." Lin Feng felt uncomfortable when he saw Han Man's smile. This guy is really stubborn. Picking up Han Man's body, Lin Feng walked towards the edge of the platform of life and death, but heard Jing Hao say in a cold voice, "Jiang Huai, you know what to do." "Understood, kill the two together." Jiang Huai responded with a cold smile. Jing Hao nodded in satisfaction. "As soon as you go to the stage of life and death, you can't decide your own life. If you want to replace him, is it possible? Let's be buried together." Seeing Lin Feng looking at him, Jing Hao said calmly, "Really?" A sneer appeared at the corner of Lin Feng's exposed mouth, placing Han Man on the edge of the platform of life and death. At this moment, Jiang Huai charged towards him with a burst of breath. "The fire explodes, let's die together." Jiang Huai shouted, and a violent flame appeared in his hand, burning the space to the point of crackling. "Go back." The long sword was unsheathed, the sword light flickered, and thunder exploded in the space, directly engulfing the flames. The sword's might descended on Jiang Huai, leaving a hole in Jiang Huai's chest, dripping with blood. Tick-tock. A drop of blood dripped from the tip of Lin Feng's sword and landed on the platform of life and death. Lin Feng looked into Jiang Huai's eyes with undisguised killing intent. "Am I dead?" Lin Feng sneered, and swung out another sword. Like rolling thunder, Jiang Huai quickly retreated, but was still hit by the sword energy. His body was thrown flying, and he fell heavily on the platform of life and death. Jiang Huai couldn't catch a single sword. Thunder sword technique. The sword makes a thunderous sound. Who is this person who uses the thunder sword technique so skillfully? The crowd whispered, unable to see Lin Feng's face under the mask. Jing Hao was also stunned. His face was ugly. Jiang Huai was not Lin Feng's opponent. This time it was a rare opportunity to kill. Jiang Huai couldn't kill him. Under the stage of life and death, he could only seriously injure Lin Feng, and could not kill him directly. Jiang Huai saw Lin Feng approaching him step by step with his long sword in hand, lying on the ground and constantly retreating, his face finally filled with fear. "I'm not fighting anymore, I'll admit defeat." Admit defeat? Lin Feng seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world. Jiang Huai almost killed Han Man, and if Jiang Huai had the strength, he would definitely kill him and Han Man together. but now that he was defeated by himself, just admit defeat. Is it possible? Go to hell. Jiang Huai suddenly shouted, and threw the white powder at Lin Feng, and he ran frantically towards the stage. Jing Hao, save me. Jiang Huai pounced in Jing Hao's direction, followed by Lin Feng. With a thud, Jiang Huai's body fell under the platform of life and death, but he laughed because Jing Hao had already blocked him. Jing Hao can't go to the stage of life and death to interfere in the duel, but after getting off the stage, there are not so many rules. Unfortunately, you failed to kill him on the stage of life and death. Jing Hao glanced at Lin Feng on the edge of the stage with contempt. Once he got on the stage, it was a decisive battle of life and death. Even if Jiang Huai ran off the stage, as long as he was still in Fengyun Gorge, Lin Feng could hunt him down, but now that he was there, Lin Feng couldn't kill Jiang Huai. Really? The moment I stepped on the platform of life and death, his life was up to me. As soon as he finished speaking, Jiangling roared out and rushed towards Jing Hao. Jing Hao sneered, and his palms met the 9 waves. Thunder sword. Lin Feng's figure threw out, the sword energy swayed, and the thunder exploded again. Jing Hao unsheathed his long sword and waved his sword technique, which was also the technique of thundering swords. Jiangling, get out of the way. After the thunder, Lin Feng threw out his body like a tiger, going down the mountain. Jiangling poured out frantically. Jing Hao raised his brows. He didn't expect Lin Feng's martial arts to be so powerful. The thunder sword was all-pervasive, and every sword stabbed at his weakness. When he counterattacked and blocked the wave of tyrants, he was overwhelmed by his footsteps. Involuntarily, he took a few steps back. When Jing Hao resolved Lin Feng's attack, he found that he was behind Jiang Huai, and Lin Feng's long sword was pointing at Jiang Huai. Who is this person? The 8th level of Qi Wujing actually retreated Jing Hao with the 9th level wave and the thunder sword star. Although it's only a few steps, it's enough to be proud of. Jing Hao is ranked 6th among the outer disciples. His strength is outstanding, and his thunder sword has been cultivated to perfection. I didn't expect this person to be no worse than Jing Hao in terms of his thunder sword's accomplishments, and he can retire Jing Hao. The crowd of onlookers whispered, Lin Feng is only at the 8th level of Qi and Wujing, but Jing Hao is the top existence in the outer sect, and several people who are at the 9th level of Qujing are not his opponents, but in this situation, Lin Feng is hard-hearted. He forced Jing Hao to retreat, leaving Jiang Huai's life in his hands. Hearing the chatter of the people around, Jing Hao's face was extremely ugly. He was very famous among the outer disciples. At this moment, Lin Feng was undoubtedly slapped in the face in front of the crowd. You dare to kill him and try, I'll make your life worse than death. Jing Hao stared at the sword in Lin Feng's hand with gloomy eyes. Let me go. Jiang Huai's body trembled, begging for mercy. I'll let you go? In the next life, when you are a dog, you have to keep your eyes bright. The sword light flashed past, and a bloody arrow shot out, and Jiang Huai was killed in an instant. Courageous! The crowd applauded secretly, but when they heard a bang, Jing Hao's whole body was full of breath, and it was biting to the bone. Lin Feng ignored his words and killed Jiang Huai. At this moment, he seemed to have forgotten whether Lin Feng killed Jiang or not Huai. He will not let Lin Feng go. If so, can Lin Feng listen to him? You have successfully angered me. Even if I can't kill you, I will make you survive. The vicious words came out of Jing Hao's mouth, and the crowd secretly thought that Lin Feng was going to be unlucky this time, which completely angered Jing Hao. This person will be disabled even if he doesn't die. It's a pity that Lin Feng has a good strength, but in the face of Jing Hao, who is the top 10 disciples of the outer sect, no one thinks that Lin Feng can escape. Jing Yun was so nervous that she had to hold her breath, but unfortunately, her strength was too weak to be of any help at all. I am afraid that Jing Hao would be able to solve her with a single strike. Under everyone's attention, Lin Feng was silent and turned around slowly. Immediately, Lin Feng stepped onto the high platform where life and death were determined, the platform of life and death. What is he doing? The crowd couldn't help being stunned when they saw that Lin Feng actually stepped onto the stage of life and death. Lin Feng came to the center of the platform of life and death, then turned around, looked at Jing Hao below, and said indifferently, "Come up." At this moment, the space was silent and silent. Lin Feng went up to the stage of life and death and invited Jing Hao, who ranked 6th among the outer disciples.